All right, yeah, let's do upper bodies. Maybe even neck. Maybe neck today. That's like as far away from the feet as we can get without doing hair. Hair yoga. Yeah, so find those feet if you were with us yesterday, wiggle them around a little bit, just see if there's anything unfamiliar in your arches or anything. I know that I definitely felt it. I woke up this morning and I was like, did I go running yesterday? But I didn't. I just did short foot many times. The short foot is such a yoga snack. It's really something you can do anywhere, anytime. And it's like part of your foot that we just basically never use anymore. All right, so settle your long feet onto the floor. Spread your toes wide. Bend your knees 90 degrees. Sit back in your chair. And flip your hands so that your palms face the ceiling. And just take a few breaths like this. You don't even have to close your eyes. Just take a few breaths. You can even look at everybody else in the class or not. Take a couple of breaths. Feel the symmetry. Decide whether you're going to leave your camera on or off enough to see you, as I always say. But if you prefer to turn it off, now's the time. And now deepen your breath, just in and out through your nose. I don't know if anybody read that article that I posted in the messenger chat yesterday, but it was pretty compelling mainstream evidence about breath work. So I think it's coming pretty soon. I won't be able to, I'll have such a full schedule of teaching breath work that the world will be knocking at my door, and other teachers. Okay, close your eyes now. And now notice the shape of your hands as you have them turned over on your knee. So we're transitioning in to parasympathetic tone, away from sympathetic tone, because presumably you've been more or less in sympathetic tone in your morning, early afternoon, getting things done, moving around the house, maybe even outside, maybe even working now, maybe even going outside to do errands. There's lots of different things happening now. And that's in our sympathetic nervous system. That demands sympathetic tone. Driving demands sympathetic tone, awareness, alertness. We're going to tone it back a little bit, but just notice the edges of your fingers and the tips of your fingers. And do they feel a little, it's a French word that I don't think there's a good word in English, raide, like stiff, I guess is the word. Is there a little bit of stiffness in your fingers? Are you spreading your fingers a little bit wide unconsciously? What about your toes? Just spread all of those 20 digits wide on purpose, and then settle them gently. Let them curl and just be soft. So soft and strong. They're aware and they're alive, but they're not active, not rigid, not stiff. Take a few more breaths in and out through your nose, noticing the shape of your torso, and also just incidentally noticing if your toes and fingers get stiff and active again. You can release them with your exhale. And then just similarly hunt around your body to see if there's anywhere else that is experiencing that phenomenon. I guarantee you there is somewhere. And just look in all the usual places. Look in your jaw, look at your eye sockets, your lips, your pelvic floor, your shoulders, your neck. And do your best. It's a little harder at the beginning of practice. You can see that it's easier at the end of practice once we've brought all the fascia into play and got everything warmed up and we're all in touch. You might be a little bit out of touch right now, so it's a little harder. But this is the process of bringing yourself into touch. So just forgive yourself every time you take an inhale. You might get a little bit rigid, a little bit more held, and then every exhale, get in the habit of softening something. And this is just a process that goes on every breath you take for your whole life. Your inhale wakes you up a little. And your exhale calms you down a little. let's get into the calming down situation. Take an inhale for 3 counts. Hold for 4. And exhale 7 through your nose. Inhale 3. Hold 4. Exhale 7 or even 8. If you need a slightly longer exhale, take a longer exhale, maybe 4 counts or 5 counts. Hold for 4 or 5. And exhale 7 or 8. Notice what you're comfortable with. I've been doing this for a while. Most of you probably know what counts you're comfortable with. And the goal, of course, is to get softer, not anxious, not breathless. If you do this lying down, it's even more obvious. If you do this with a heart rate monitor on, or a heart rate, even better, a heart rate variability monitor on, you'll really see the effects of this. Going, noticing any little symptoms of parasympathetic dominance here. So sometimes you get a little more saliva production. Your thoughts start to slow down, which might look like a bit less color in the front of your brain. You might get some slight tingling in those places that were kind of held before, like you might get tingling in your fingertips or tingling in your lips. And then lengthen your breath even more. Lengthen it down, even 1 more count on the exhale. Two more rounds of astronaut breath. You can even imagine that you're in space. Sometimes I do that with astronaut breath. There's 2 ways of being in space. There's the idea of being in space by yourself, super lonely and scared. Or there's the idea of being in space, peaceful, black velvet, among the stars. Choose the second one if you can. Can you soften fingers and toes? Begin to slightly open your eyes, keeping that peaceful, heavy feeling. And then flip your hands gently over. Keep the peaceful, heavy feeling. That's the object of the game here. Slide your hands to your kneecaps. Straighten your fingers out so they're nice and red, nice and strong and rigid. Spread your fingers wide. You can spread your toes at the same time if you like. And then exhale the fingers into the flesh around your knees. You don't need to claw into it, but push down so that you can feel it. And then come into cat-cow. Maybe first pulling forward into cow, inhaling, and then exhaling back into cat. And just really noticing that sensation of the fingers in the flesh around your knees, connective tissue. Notice the way your knee is built. Some people have 0 interest in the way their bodies are built. And that's fine if it's you, but lots of people have curiosity. So this is a great way to get to know how everything works. A couple more, you can close your eyes. Just play with the sensations, the sensation of the fascia at the front of the throat, the front of the chest, the sensation of the fascia along the back, the spine. How far can you make the sensations go in these moves? Can you really find your edges And make the sensations run all the way to the edges of the kinetic chain. So can you feel it right down to your knees? When you come back, can you feel it all the way up to the tip of your chin when you come forward? 2 more, nice and slow. Practice your breath here. Inhale forward. Use your muscles. Exhale back. Sufi grind. Without opening your eyes, rotate your ribs around in a big circle. Keep your eyes closed. Keep this private practice, private exploration of this vehicle that drives you around, rides you around. And then coordinate your breath maybe. So maybe exhaling back, as we talked about the other day, it doesn't really matter. Inhaling forward. But just play, see what works for you. See if you can shift your breath around and do it both ways maybe. Last breath, and consciously switch directions. And right at that moment when you switch directions, just notice if anything feels different. We're going nice and slow here. Really, really slow. This is almost like a controlled articular rotation. My knees are not moving here. My hands are on my knees, my palms are on my kneecaps, and the fingers are firmly planted in the tissue around my knees, and they're not waggling and waving around. They're just staying where they are. My feet are firmly planted on the floor, and I'm sure you can guess why that is. And the answer is to keep your whole body engaged. It's tempting in the chair to just move one part of your body because our chain is cut in the middle. When we sit, that's part of the problem with seated culture, is that our kinetic chain is cut in half. When we walk, it's not cut in half. We use the upper body and the lower body. All right, last breath. Come back to center. Wiggle everything around. Sit straight again. Let's zoom into our sun salutes. Extend your legs if you like. Come to the front of your chair. Ooh, just walking to the front of my chair, really, I can feel that hip work that we did. Okay, inhale, overhead. Remember, the first one is slow and gentle, as if you're pulling your fascia like toffee. If you've ever done a toffee pull, which I haven't, I don't think, but I feel like I've seen it on YouTube. Exhale, pull. Inhale, right knee in. So you're pulling toffee here. Lengthen your spine, and then exhale, forehead to move. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, neutral. So this is the little resting place for the toffee. And then inhale, pulling the toffee of the front body. So I think in a toffee pull, you butter your hands and you pull it apart. And it changes, it's actually a really good metaphor. Inhale, left knee up, and it changes the texture of the toffee as you pull it. That's the point. Exhale, curl. Inhale, long spine, drop your shoulder. And this work changes the texture of the fascia, makes it soft and warm. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Pull the toffee. Inhale up. Exhale, neutral. Second side. Spread your legs a little if you like. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, dive your hot buttery toffee forward. Inhale, long spine. Pull your shoulders down your back. Exhale, fold. Pull your left knee in. Exhale, fold down. Toffee of your back fascia, stretching long. Inhale. Exhale, neutral pose. Hands back on your knees, fingertips solid on your tissues. Inhale, come forward. Pull the toffee of the front body. Exhale back, pull the toffee of the back body. Inhale, right knee in. Exhale. Inhale. Really use your arm muscles to pull the toffee. And now we're forward folding. And this is where the metaphor really starts to work well. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. So the first one is soft and smushy and juicy. Inhale up. Exhale, neutral. Second round, I'll do the lunges. Inhale, overhead. And if you've never tried the lunges, I'll go slow today. Maybe this is the day. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Hands can come back on the knees in that posture. Use your muscles to lengthen your spine. Toffee over the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, right knee either comes up in what we were doing before or turns to the side. Take your lunge. Exhale, drop down. Either your bum is off the chair or your bum is still on the chair a little bit. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, I think this is what's making my legs so sore. Exhale, neutral pose here, but with knees spread. Inhale, toffee over the front body. Stretch it long. Notice my hands on my knees. They're solid on my knees. Exhale back, involving the whole body. My feet are solid on the floor. Inhale, either your left knee comes up or you turn to the left. Take your lunge. Exhale down. Big inhale now, long spine. Exhale, smoothly come back to center. Sit back in your chair, wide-legged stance if you like, and forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Pull your spine long, growing, resisting, shrinking. Exhale, fold. Again, we're going to grow up. Exhale, neutral. That's one side. Here we go. Other side. Don't fall off your chair like I'm about to. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, dive. Inhale, long. Exhale, fold. Reversing it this time. So either your left knee comes up if you're sitting, or turn to your left if you're lunging. Exhale down. Inhale long. Exhale, center. Keep my legs apart for this. Just something different. Inhale, belly button forward. Exhale, belly button back. Inhale, turn to your right or lift your right knee. Exhale, drop down. You can come off your chair and drop down really far here. Big inhale. Back to center. Spread your legs wide and exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Glide your hands up along your knees. Tuck your shoulder blades down into your jeans pockets. Exhale, fold. Inhale, scoop through the air. Exhale, neutral. Beautiful. Take a resting breath. Okay, here we go. Standing. You want to come to standing? Awesome. You want to do what we just did? Also awesome. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot up, or turn right, or step back with the right foot. Exhale, drop down, very deep. Inhale, long spine. Pull your head away from your heel. Exhale, neutral pose. Spread your fingers on your mat or your floor.
Downward facing dog, hips are high. Inhale, ripple forward, ripple through your spine, toffee of your spine, rippling forward. Exhale, fold in the other direction. On the floor, right leg moves. In the chair, left leg moves. Step it forward or pull it up to your chest. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, everyone, forward fold. Inhale, use your belly, use your back. Pull your shoulder blades down into your back pocket. I have mint right under my nose here. It's so nice. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up we go. Scoop your arms up. Exhale, neutral. Here we go, other side. Really mobilize it here. This is the real active part of the practice. Exhale, fold. You want to stay in the chair and not make it the active part of the practice. That's awesome too. Long spine. Exhale, fold. This time it's the left side. Pull your left knee up or step it back. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, pull your forehead away from your heel. Exhale, time for neutral pose, whatever that means for you. Downward facing dog if you're on the floor. Hips are high, heels push towards the floor, fingers are spread and strong. Inhale, forward, ripple forward. Strong shoulders, strong fingers. Push back. Cat pose or down dog. On the floor, left foot comes forward. In the chair, the right foot comes forward. And then take a deep exhale, fold. Big inhale. Exhale. Step forward or everybody forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale out. Exhale, neutral. Stay standing if we're standing. Stay seated if you're seated, just stand in neutral. Notice your feet, notice your shoulders. Calm your breath in and out through your nose. Close your eyes, take a breath. Calm everything. Go deep inside again. We were just kind of outside of ourselves. That's called proprioceptive practice. When you're putting parts of your body in different places. And this is interoceptive, when we bring our awareness inside again. You need both. So inhale, our arms overhead, face the palms towards your device. And just start your climbing. Do this in the chair or standing. I feel like my microphone isn't going. Keep going. Yeah, they're not. A few more, reaching, palms facing forward. A few more. So the whole shoulder girdle works here. This works in the chair as well, but I think it works better standing. Really reach the fingertips up to the sky, top shelf, reaching something. A few more. And then you know what we're going to do. Spread your feet hip width apart. counter pose, forward fold. Whether you're seated, whether you're standing, it's the same. Forward fold, release the back of your head. Take a deep breath. One more deep breath. Deep exhale through your nose. Toe heel your feet apart a little wider, whether you're in the chair or whether you're standing. And bring your body to your right leg. Bring your whole torso around to your right leg. Twist around so that you're bringing your whole torso, your belly, your chest, your chin, everything towards your right leg. Take a deep inhale. And a deep exhale. Begin to spider walk over to the other side if your fingers are on the floor. If they're on your legs, spider them over. Body comes over the left side. So take the time to get your whole body over there. There's a little bit of a twist involved here. Twist your chest so that your sternum is coming down towards your left knee. Deepen your breath. Release everything. Get really soft. There's a tiny bend in my knees. And then softly come back to center. Come slowly up. Bend your knees. Come back on your chair just to get settled a little bit. And let's just tap out the neck. Tap out the vagus nerve. Just from your ear down to your collarbone. Just tap it out. One more breath. And now let your fingers lie, your fingertips lie on your collarbones and slide your collarbones out and in. So that really means sliding your elbows. They can be right up into a big smile. I call this the collarbone smile. So your elbows can come up into a smile and then back down to touch. And then inhale up. Inhale, exhale down. So your fingers kind of pivot on your collarbone. Inhale up. And exhale down. Last one. Let's go as high as we can and hold. Take a breath cycle here. You're in the emergency zone. You see that, right? Your shoulders are high. Again, exhale. Take an inhale. Exhale, release. Take a little forward fold. Drop your hands. Take a breath. One more. Soft breath down here. Release everything. Now start to kayak your way up. Reverse kayak. Kayak backwards. Let your fingers hang. Kayak your shoulders all the way back. You can go all the way back even a little bit so that you're holding with your abs. You can kayak all the way back. And then kayak all the way back forward into a forward fold. You can extend your legs here. Kayak all the way forward and then back. So kayaking is just rolling our shoulders, but they're in different times. So we're not going like this, although you can do that if you want to, but we're just going like this. One up, one down, and then reverse and kayak forward. So it's kind of like swimming. You can get your elbows into it now, so it's a little more like swimming. And then kayak back, lead with the elbows all the way back. One more, kayak or swim forward. Now this is one of the best things to release the shoulder fascia, I think. All the way back. Settle down, put your hands on your knees. Take a breath. Notice any warmth in the shoulders, shoulder blades. Interlace your hands at the back of your head. Remember the Jolly Green Giant exercise where the Jolly Green Giant pulls up on your elbows, lift your chest. Take a few breaths here. big breath in, lift your elbows towards the ceiling. And then exhale, curl your elbows into your lap. Get as little as you can. Bring your elbows between your legs and squeeze them with your legs. And then the reverse. So you're as small as you can be, and now you're as big as you can be. Get really big. Elbows are wide, 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 and going up towards the ceiling. Chest is high. Belly is working to get you up there. And then exhale down. Now get as small as you can. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Kiss your elbows together. Push them through your knees and squeeze your elbows with your knees. Let's do that one more time. Release and open. This is squeezing and soaking the joints. So the synovial fluid, the only way to get synovial fluid freshly in the joints is movement like this. And particular poses are particularly good at that. Release. Shake out your shoulders. Take a breath. And let's go into neck stretch. I think we did this not too many days ago. Take your hand to the chair, and sorry, left hand to the chair, right hand up and over. You can hold your ear if you like, or not, just place your hands. Remember this position of your hands on your knees where it's intentional and full and alive? You've got an intentional, full, alive hand on your head. Fingers are spread but not rigid. And then just pull gently or coax your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then the important part that I'm sure you all remember is push your left fingers away from your head or away from your left ear towards the floor. Drop your hand and push the left fingers towards the floor. That's where you get that big sensation of the fascia here. Take a big breath. And let's curl up like a snail. So bring your hand, same position of the hand, but bring it to the back of your head. Bring your nose into your elbow and curl your elbow towards your lap. Release it up. Switch hands. And remember, we start with the right hand on the chair. Left hand comes up and over, just providing its extra weight. Extra weight. Gravity is doing the work here. Left ear to left shoulder. Towards left shoulder, sorry. Take a breath. And then drop your right hand off the chair. It's almost like you're tricking your body. You're just gonna, oops, I dropped my hand. You drop it towards the floor. It gets really heavy. Once again, gravity doing the work here. Pulling your right hand away from your right ear. Notice if the stretch changes. Breathe into the change. We're doing that toffee pull again, but a little slower. And we're pulling with the breath. Bring your hand behind your head, tuck your nose into your elbow, and then curl your head towards your lap. Gently come back up, find neutral, shake it out. Just take a breath to rest. And then let's do some super cat cows. Interlace your fingers, exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. So if you can, interlace your fingers behind you, lift your chest to the ceiling. If you can't reach that, bring your hands to your bum, reach your chest to the ceiling. And then exhale, push your palms towards me. Inhale, interlace and open. Last one, push your palms towards me, interlace your fingers. And then interlace your hands behind your head, behind your back. Lift your chest to the ceiling, straighten your legs out in front of you if that's achievable, and then exhale into a forward fold here. Deeply breathe in and out through your nose. If this is uncomfortable, you can't hold it, you can hold opposite elbows or opposite forearms here. Gives you the same stretch. If you are interlacing your fingers and you're like this, your palms are apart, you can begin to work your palms towards each other here. Strengthening your fingers, strengthening the muscles of your forearms. Release and come up. Shake it out a little. Settle your shoulder blades. Just notice if they feel different. They probably do at this point. And now we're going to bring our shoulder blades towards each other at the back. So bring your shoulder blades. Remember that sensation of having a penny or a credit card, you know, like running a credit card between your shoulder blades? Really pull. So you're kind of pulling your elbows together, but they're low. And then the shoulder heads come towards each other at the front of your body. So as if they're trying to touch just underneath your chin. You can even reach over to opposite shoulder heads and pull them towards each other, getting a little bit of a stretch there. And then the shoulder heads come towards each other in the back. Open up. Whatever hand movements you can make to make this a deeper stretch, do that. And then bring shoulder heads together. And last time, open them up, bring them towards each other in the back. Beautiful. Exhale, bring them towards each other in the front. And then keep going into a hug. I don't care which arm you have underneath, just hug, hold on to opposite shoulders, and then wiggle around. Take a breath here in a deep, deep hug. Squeeze hard. Squeeze hard. This is the squeeze and soak thing. So if you have shoulder issues, this is probably the best thing you can do on a daily basis. Squeeze, 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 squeeze everything small. And then inhale, open it up. Can you remember which arm you had underneath there? Other side, bring the other arm underneath and we'll do the hug on this other side. Walk your little fingers towards each other and then wiggle, squeeze, breathe. And then when you're ready, open your shoulders wide. That's the soak part. So as you open, as you release the tension and open up wide, fresh synovial fluid comes into those joints, especially the shoulders. There's a lot of places for the synovial fluid to come in. Okay. Wiggle out your shoulders, wiggle out your neck. Just one more pose. Come to neutral, place your hands on your knees. Take a deep inhale, exhale through your nose. Extend your feet in front of you and cross one leg over the other. I don't care which one. And then just begin to spider walk your fingers down your legs. Down, 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 all the way as far as you can go, as far as you can go. Crawl them forward. Crawl them as far forward as you can. Make sure that you're well seated on your chair. Crawl them forward. If you get to your feet and they can keep going, you can crawl on the floor. Crawl your little spider fingers forward. And when you get to your maximum, grab the floor or your feet or wherever you're holding on to. Take a deep inhale, exhale. Crawl your little spider fingers back. Just up over the knee this time. You don't have to come all the way up. Switch your legs. Other leg goes on top. Straighten your spine. Big inhale. And exhale, spider fingers go walking down. And you can point your feet here or floint them if you like. On the floor, you get more of a stretch, but on the chair, it's different. Spider walk your fingers forward. Floint your feet or point your feet. Feel the fascial stretch. When you get to your max, and everybody will have a max here, lean into the floor or your leg with the fingers and take a deep inhale, exhale through your nose. And then gently, without any sense of urgency, spider walk your fingers back. And back up your legs. Come to neutral. Bum is solidly on the chair. Take a shake. Check in. Jaw. Actually, let's see if we have time to do one more. I don't think we do, but let's do it anyway. Take your jaw and drop it. So soften all the muscles of your face. Drop your jaw as low as you can without exerting, and then just roll it or slide it side to side. Keep it parallel to the floor. Gently slide side to side. You'll hear some popping and cracking and all sorts of things going on in there. Last breath. And let's take one lion's breath. Deeply inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Stick your tongue out. Drop your jaw. Did everybody do that? Maybe we should do one more now that everybody knows what we're doing. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, lion's breath. Drop your jaw, stick your tongue out, stretch your face open. Excellent. Close your mouths. Move back in your chair so that you can feel your knees on the front of the chair. Settle your feet on the ground, either hip width apart or together, whichever feels more relaxed and comfortable to you. Build your spine up from the sacrum up. Feel your bum on the chair and then build your spine using belly muscles. So nice, long, graceful, healthy spine. Flip your hands so the back of your hands are on your knees. Or you can bring hands to heart center or pile the hands over your heart is another option. And then deepen your breath and soften your body. Whether you go from the head to the toes or the toes to the head does not matter to me. You'll get a way of doing it on your own that works. But send your breath to all parts of your body and send your awareness there. And as you do, soften. Remember that state that we were trying to get to at the beginning of class where you were soft but strong. You're aware, but you're soft. Let's go there. Notice your breath. But just notice the gentle inhale and exhale. So we're not forcing it and just watching it. Last gentle breath. As you finish up this breath, begin to move again. You could start with your toes and then jump in with your fingers and then jump in with your nose and your head and your shoulders. And then finally come to rest. Open your eyes, smile your cheekbones up a little bit. Take a deep breath. Be ready for whatever